Hello, and welcome back to another Lost Story Time. I just sneezed, so I feel like I sound a little nasally, but it might also be this helmet that I'm wearing. Um, this is a real helmet. It's a flak helmet. It does not prevent bullets. If someone were to shoot you in the head, it would go through. This is just for flak. Um, so today we're going to do something. If you're watching the YouTube stream, you'll see already. This is Two Sentence Horror. I tried to do this a couple times and could never find it. So I found it now, and we're going to do it today. So I'm going to start trying to make these a little bit shorter, kind of more in line with the Law Creative Time and the Crass commercials. Just little short things. Um, Mainly, I think I've decided I'm not going to pay for the Podbean subscription next year. So when that runs out, I'm just going to do the YouTube. And a YouTube podcast, I feel like, should be shorter than a Podbean podcast. And it's been a while since we've had other people, so if it's just me, I thought, hey, we'll just do it short. Today we're going to go through these things, and I'm going to read you some two-sentence stories. So if you don't know what a two-sentence story is, it's a story that is two sentences. Most of them are horror. And usually, what it's usually first sentence is set up, and the second sentence is the twist. So most of these are terrible. Let me try to make one off the top of my head. The two dogs came in the room. They were hungrier than ever. I don't know, something like that along those lines is basically what they are. So we're gonna go with these. This is reddit.com/r/two-sentence-horror. I'm not a Reddit person. I've only been on Reddit a couple of times for troubleshooting. But hey, you're here now. Let's do it together. I'm going to hit this vape. I'm going to drink some wine, and then we're going to get started. That's ASMR, baby. All right. So, wine, ASMR. I swooned when he called me his girlfriend. Until now, he had referred to me as his prisoner. So that's a two-sentence story. Is it's just two sentences, and they don't make a whole lot of sense. Let's dissect this. This is just someone who is experiencing Stockholm syndrome, and more power to them. I think that if I was ever captured, resorting to Stockholm syndrome is where I'd want to be. Hey, this isn't too bad. 3 meals and a cot, am I right? I think I've heard that somewhere on a prison show. I'm going to take this helmet off because it's a very heavy, and I'm not too worried about flak. So if you're watching the YouTube, maybe I wasn't nasally, maybe it was just the echo in the helmet. So if you're watching the YouTube, you see I have alopecia. That's why my hair looks like this. Don't worry about it. It broke my heart when my daughter told me she'd rather live with my ex-wife Sarah than me. Didn't need the name. I'm gonna try without the name. Broke my heart when my daughter told me she'd rather live with my ex-wife than me. Anything for my little girl, I thought as I shoveled dirt back into Sarah's grave. Okay, so you did need the name. I didn't finish the sentence, the two sentences. So he buried his daughter. That was a pretty good one. I'm not even gonna lie. My favorite, so I found these when I was looking at something, and it was like 10 best two sentence horror. And one of my favorite is I heard my mom call me upstairs or down. Heard my mom call me downstairs, so I went to see what was going on. Then I heard her from her bedroom. I heard it too. Don't go downstairs. That's one of my favorites. Ernest Hemingway, I think. Let's look it up. If you're watching the YouTube video, you'll see what I'm doing. If you're not, I'm looking up Ernest Hemingway shortest story. I think it was him. Yeah, it's baby shoes. So this is the saddest one I've ever heard, and it's one sentence. For sale, baby shoes never worn, and that is the saddest thing I've ever heard. One of my favorite books is Cell. Shout out to my mom who also loves that book, every part of it. Did not hate it at all. There's a little girl who finds a baby shoe, and she carries that baby shoe with her for the rest of the story. And she's just like, it's so sad. There's only one shoe, because obviously it's a baby shoe and it's about zombies ish, zombie things. After the psychic, God bless, this is a long sentence. After the psychic told him he would die from a heart attack, Mike picked up biking and would do 5 mile rides in a town every weekend. But when a car suddenly swerved coming right at him, an old man slumped over the steering wheel. He realized with final clarity that it wasn't his heart attack she meant. That was a long 2 sentences. I don't think they're run on though. I'm not good enough at grammar to tell you that they're run on. But yeah, I guess I had a story. This is lost story time. I can tell this. I had a story I was conceptualizing about a guy who just had the worst luck, and there was one where he I can't really remember, but he accidentally honks his horn, and a woman dies of a heart attack. And then a woman I worked with died from a minor collision. So a car ran into the back of her, and there's a light tap, just oh no, I ran that, I didn't stop fast enough at that red light, but it ended up breaking her neck. And people called me cruel because I was like, they're like, can you believe, we'll call her Victoria, I don't remember her name, Kathy, her name was Kathy. Can you believe Kathy died? And I was like, I don't really care. Kathy was always a bitch to me. And they're like, you can't say that, she's dead. It's like, she had plenty of time. She was like 90. She had plenty of time to be nice to me. She was always mean to me. So just because you're dead doesn't make you a nice person. If I did have merch, that would be a good one to put on merch. I lay weeping silently behind. That's not it. I lay weeping silently beside my new wife, regretting not marrying my first love. But then again, they would have killed us both for sinning if I'd proposed. I don't I don't get this one. So I looked this up. It's surprisingly I did research for this because I never do research. I come down and I'm like, what am I going to talk about? And I figure something out, and it's usually terrible. But this one I was like, I really want to do 2 cents horror. It's been 2 weeks, which is 2 fortnights, so a month. It's been a month. I've been trying to do these. I want to do the creepy pastas, but there's that whole sentence that says, "Do not record this, or we'll send a vampire your way, a vampire your way." And so I didn't. So I wanted to do these. I figured Reddit was fine. But so I was looking on my phone and not the computer, and the second sentence doesn't show up on Reddit on your phone. So when I was looking through these earlier, it was like, I broke my heart. It broke my heart when my daughter asked me she'd rather live with my ex-wife Sarah than me. It's like, well, that's not a story. So you have to actually click in the stories on your phone to get the second sentence, and I didn't know that. So I was like, these are awful. What am I going to do for this podcast? I don't know. I'll wing it. And then I clicked on it, and I figured it out. Another vape hit. You ready? ASMR. Get those headphones on. Hope that looks on cool on camera because I feel like a douche doing it. All right. Yeah, so I guess she's dead. I lay weeping silently beside my new wife, regretting not marrying my first love. So his wife and his first love are the same person. That's where I messed up. So she's dead. He regrets not marrying her. and he's sinning because he's necrophilia it. I don't know. Just to give you an idea of the quality decline, that first one had 64,000 people liked it. Oh, I clicked on something. And then the one I just read, which is fourth, 239. So the drop off is real. What time are we at? It's somewhere over here. Somewhere? I don't see it. I see there it is. 10 minutes. So okay, let's do just how about 3 more? You know what? Let's random number generator this and see how many more we're gonna do. Random number generator. 7. We're gonna do 7 more. Let's generate another number. Let's generate not 1, not 7, 5. All right, we'll do until I feel like we've done enough. My son is at that age where he's discovering the human body. I guess I'll have to hide it somewhere else now. That's more of a joke than a story. That Stephen King says I have the mind of a 12-year-old boy. I have the mind of a 12-year-old boy. I keep it in a jar on my desk. That is that right there. Oh, these aren't in order. I only had 60 upvotes. I don't know. They're just okay. They must be in. I don't know. I tried to speak to my father as he shrieked in terror at my dripping wet body. I tried to tell him it was okay he left me alone in the bathtub, but I hadn't learned how to speak yet. Oh, that one's pretty good. That one's dark. I like that one. It's a baby. It's a baby who's died in the bathtub and is now walking. That one got me. Sometimes a single click is all it takes for a especially powerful demon to find you and give chase. Not that it matters, but I'd start running now because you just gave me a head start. That one's pretty good. That one's creepypasta s. If you're not looking at creepypastas, that's a good one. Some of them are incredibly long. None of them are good, but some are long. It's not that he couldn't restrain himself from walking towards the haunting melody echoing between the cliffs and the waves. But if you could hear the voices of everyone you lost for just a heartbeat longer, wouldn't you do the same? No. No, I wouldn't. You're telling me I have to go on a hike for dead people? I'm not doing that. A hike in search of dead people sounds the worst thing I can imagine. I gotta really like you if you're like, hey, all you gotta do is come this half mile to free me. I'm like, I have plans on Saturday. Can I come? I'm here for eternity. All right, let me pencil you in. You'd be surprised at how quickly I would forget about coming in and get your dead body as I have to go on a hike. Now, I'd come get all of you, every single one of my 9 subscribers. That's who I'm doing this for. Baby on board, the bright yellow sticker read on the back of the minivan. Now I knew which car to follow as I switched lanes to get discreetly closer. I feel like now I know which car to follow would have been a better punch. I don't have anyone to bounce that out. Dallas! They both agree. Should have ended there. Those are my dogs. This is Dallas. Let me bring up the camera. I'll show you Dallas. This is Dallas. I'm just grabbing your head, Dallas, because I can't. This is Dallas. Tana looks exactly the same, but this is Dallas. He's my rock and roll pup, which I'll probably do on the next episode. Let's do one more. Let's call it Google Fly. I don't know if this is a joke or an ad, but this is hilarious if it's a joke. Meet Google Fi, a phone plan from Google that makes signing up easy. That's a pretty good joke as a horror story. All right, let's do one that's rated over 100. Let's do the one that's not rated at all. I licked my knife and I thought to myself, I don't usually eat this rare, but I guess that's why they call the operating. I guess that's why they call it an operating room and not a kitchen. I'm not ending on that one. That one was. It's just a guy who. It's just a surgeon who likes blood. I don't think that's too weird, honestly. I love lying in bed with you, my wife whispered. Me too, I hissed, feeling the egg. Sure there's something there I'm missing? Is it cum? Is it a sex thing? Is it a chicken's egg? I don't get it. All right, let's see. Let's scroll down. I scrolled down too far. All right, this is a no. One. This one has one upvote. This is a run-on sentence. This is not two sentences. I was like, this is a run-on sentence. Just look at it. It's a fucking paragraph. No, it's just. The year was 2010. Indie music, skinny jeans, and hipster beards were the craze. And if you would have bought $5 in bitcoins just one morning instead of that lavender matcha, I'm assuming matcha is a coffee drink. I was thinking mocha. Matcha is a green tea drink. It looks like. I don't speak Cantonese. It's green tea. It's a green tea latte. If you had just bought $5 in bitcoins just one morning instead of lavender matcha with oat hemp milk. You can't have oat hemp milk. That's two different things. You can have oat milk, you can have hemp milk, but that's two different. That'd be like almond soy milk. It would be worth $200,000 today. Just saying, get $5 in Bitcoin when you join Coinbase today. Terms apply. That's. I'm gonna downvote it, but I don't have to log in. Yeah, I don't have a Reddit account. Continue. Close. I clicked on the Reddit account, but I didn't have an account to log in with. I was walking home when I saw a tall man in the forest. I wonder where his face is. I thought that was going to be funnier when I saw it. I was walking home and I saw a body in the forest. I don't have anything. All right, we're going to read the edit before we read this one. We're going to call this the final one. 366 upvotes. Snow 64,000, but it's far down there, so we'll just go with it. Edit. To brought to my attention, this type of story has already been done. I've never heard of it before, but it's a Twilight Zone episode. For anyone curious, here's a link to it. And there's no link! There's something weird going upstairs. I heard something upstairs, but I stayed in the basement recording this podcast. I found it strange to have so many missed calls from my own cell phone number. I humor myself and finally answered when I heard my own voice reply, "Don't hang up." I could do these all day. The moonlight cast a shadow of a woman as my mother squeezed my hand. I fingered nope. I figured mumbling in agony, "I'm taking my daughter back." People's voices sound so naked, and so that's why I stuffed their mouths with their own towels and clothes to dress their voices. They, that wasn't two sentences either. That was just one sentence. Operation Garden Terra has worked, sir, but a large part of the asteroid broke off and is now headed for Chicago. You know, I kind of like that one. They got away from the. All right, let's do this one. Last one. 3.3K. A lot of people like this one. Not two sentences. Just swallow your pride. Tell me where your daughter is, and I'll let you go, my tormentor screamed as he forced another spoonful of red mush in my mouth. Oh, we got a visitor. It's Sonic. Let's cut back. Do you want to get on camera, Sonic? Come stand right here. It's Sonic! Do you have any stories to tell, Sonic? Right here in the microphone.
I can run very fast.
You've heard it from the hedgehog's mouth. He runs very fast. All right, Daddy, finish.
Now, I can circle to run now.
Let Daddy finish. I'll be upstairs in just a minute. You look handsome.
Watch my run.
All right, I'm watching. Wow, that was a fast run. Let me finish this. All right, go upstairs. I'll be upstairs in just a second. Just swallow your pride. Tell me who your daughter is, and I'll let you go, my tormentor screamed as he forced another spoonful of red mush in my mouth. The sick fuck just wants to hear me say, my daughter pride! My daughter pride is in my stomach, but I'm never going to give him the satisfaction. All right, so he's feeding the daughter to the man. That's it. That was Sonic. We had a special guest. And this is the end of Lost Storytime podcast of this week. Until next time, keep writing.